Good morning, Flosstube friends. It is Friday, February 23rd, and it has been a month since I've seen you. So much going on. We just returned from a long weekend trip to visit my dad in Mississippi, and we had such a good visit with him. He is enjoying his new retirement apartment and the new friends that he has made. We were able to visit, meet his new friends, eat in the dining room, which was delicious, see some old friends, and do a little bit of helping there for him. It's a long drive, but we made the best of it, and I'm so grateful that he is doing so well at almost 92. It is amazing that he is living alone with very little assistance and has new friends and new things to look forward to. We've also had a lot going on with church activities and our wonderful family. So I'm glad to be back here. The thing that prompted me to come back today was A, my husband is at work, so the house is quiet, and B, I have 3 fully finished objects. You know how much excitement we have around here when we get something framed or finished, and we splurged and took 3 items, and I cannot wait to show you those. Before I go ahead and forget, welcome if you are new, welcome to new subscribers. Many thanks to those who've been with me a long time, and just know that this will be my ramblings about cross stitch and about books and a few life updates about our family or anything that's going on here in our home state of Texas. I will do my best to be accurate in what I tell you, but if there are questions, feel free to send me a comment and I'll do my best to be more detailed about what I'm showing you. I am not organized about my cross stitch as I should be. There are things that are organized, such as my floss, but other than that, it's do what calls me and try to enjoy. Let me show you our fully finished objects. This is the one that my daughter and I started during COVID. It is by My Big Toe Designs, and it is Peace. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. And then, let not your heart be troubled, nor let it be afraid. We both decided to do ours in blues. This one is done 1/1 on hardanger that I think is 28 count. It could be 22 count. I'm not sure. This may even be an even weave. Yes, I'm sorry guys. It is a 28 count even weave. But I chose to do it 1/1 at my daughter's suggestion because 2/2 it would have been huge. You know we love our blues, and this fits right in with our blue theme in our living area den. And we're just so thrilled to have been able to get the same frame that we had used on another blue monochromatic long dog sampler that I had done. And so this matches. Such fun to see it on our wall and be reminded of that trial, that time when none of us were doing very well to keep our peace, and yet remembering that peace was there. Then, let me put this down just a moment. Excuse me. I want to take care of these. We got the Ruby Anniversary sampler done. And guys, this is the one I'm going to, get away from that glare. This is the one I'm going to have to look up the designer because I don't have that in my brain. I know it is a Scottish company, and we bought the kit. So it's done on Ada with the kit threads. But I cannot for the life of me. I want to say it's Cobweb Creations, but I will definitely look that up and put it in the show notes. I'm also going to need to close a blind to try to get rid of our glare. This was such a fun stitch. And just having everything in the kit was nice during that busy time when I was still working full time. We've used this frame before also. We tend to pick the same things over and over. And then the last one, I guess, is the biggest one. It is Hello from Liz Matthews, and this one is called Winter Garden. I had purchased this at Surfside Needleworks, I believe it's called, in Surfside, South Carolina. And it is, let me see what this is stitched on. Okay, this is an even weave, I believe. Yes, must be 28 count even weave, and I did it 2/2. All these colors were just favorites. A little bit more ornate frame. We went with, what color? Oh, this is a, I'm having trouble with color today, but this is the gray, I believe. Yes, the gray that is in the design, and it is a linen looking mat. But oh my goodness, I commend Liz Matthews Designs to you. This was such a fun stitch. She has some gorgeous new things for market. I'm trying to ignore them. So I love that one. So 3 hanging on the wall out of the cabinet. You know, my goal this year is to make progress on WIPs and try to avoid too many new purchases and too many new starts. Well, the good news is I am making progress on some of the WIPs that I showed you the last video, and I did bring through 2 WIPs to show you that have not been pulled out lately that I do want to work on this spring, and then I'll show you the progress I've made on WIPs. I have 1 new start, which is also a purchase, but I could not pass it up because of the, well, you'll see when you see it. Okay, let me show you the WIPs that I want to work on this spring. If you've been with me a while, you remember when I started the Riolis bunnies, and it is called Funny Rabbits. I love rabbits, bunnies. And this was almost a full coverage. I'm doing everything that came in the kit, but this poor WIP has not been out probably in a couple of years. It is on Ada, the kit fabric, and here are the bunnies so far. Look at those sweet faces. So what I need to do is sit down with the chart, be sure I have highlighted what I have stitched, and then try to figure out where to start. It gets confusing. Those of you who do full coverage all the time have my utmost admiration. But the result is so beautiful. Now with this, these Riolis kits, you do have some blended floss, and that's another challenge, but it's worth it. So hopefully I can put some stitches in my bunnies. There should be, 4 total bunnies sitting in the clover. Love that. This Riolis, I believe, is this the acrylic wool? Yes, I believe it is. Wool acrylic floss, but I have not had any problem with that. I enjoy working with it. The other WIP that needs to come out is called Needles Dance. And this was a collaboration between Hands-On Designs and Summer House Stitchworks. And if you remember me talking about this originally, I saw the model stitched in our local needlework shop on this fabric and just had to get it. Now my fabric is the fabric that they used, but mine looks darker than the picture. Please forgive the hanging threads. 1/2. Oh, I don't know the name of this linen. I'm sorry. I can probably find that paper for you if you need to know. I want to say it's the called for fabric. This is just beautiful on the dark fabric. I love these colors. And this is the one on which I splurged and bought the hand-dyed cottons because you needed that variegation. So let me show you one more time because it's so sweet. I may have to pull this one out this weekend. And then we have 2 WIPs that I have worked a lot on, and then one that needs to come back out. Let me show you this dimensions because I had several comments from people who really like this one or like the artist, Charles Wysocki. I just get discouraged. You know how I am. But this is Peaceful Countryside, a very old dimensions kit. It is on Ada, but I don't see what size. I want to say it's 14 count, but here we are. So I have worked on this. After my last video, I got down here and worked here, and I did a little bit of work up here. Still a long way to go, but wouldn't this be the sweetest bell pull hanging, wall hanging? The colors and his artwork. Guys, look at that black cow. Is that not the cutest? I think I may have finished. That may be a donkey. Oh, I am so embarrassed. That is a donkey. He is so cute. All right, but here is going to be the horse and wagon or cart. So just plugging along. Sometimes that's okay, right? I have to tell you this funny story. There are 2 Flosstubers that I will binge watch because they have so many WIPs and they don't apologize for it. They love having a backlog of things to stitch, so it always makes me feel better, and it makes me think I'm a member of that club. The first is Molly West, Sensible Stitcher. She's a Texas girl as well, and I've really been watching her old videos lately because it cheers me every time. And the other is Stitching Faye, F-A-E. I'm sure you've seen her. She's a very large channel, and oh my goodness, she has a lot of WIPs as well. She gets in a lot more stitching than I do, but it's so refreshing to see people who give themselves grace and admit that this is their hobby and they're going to enjoy it. So thank you, ladies, for what you're sharing with me and with other stitchers. We can enjoy it. We can get finishes, but we don't need to stress about it. Okay, then I did also put in some more stitches on. This is from Lifted Spirit, and it's called Keeps My Way Secure. This was an Etsy purchase. And it is stitched on a piece of even weave that was gifted to me, and I have no idea what counts for anything. Although I figured it out, of course, before I started the piece. Let me get this situated for you. So close. And this is one I want to frame in the hoop. So this will come back out now that we're back in town. I would love to just finish the arc of that circle of leaves and get this in a hoop. I was doing this as a SAL with Rainy Day Reads, who had done a birthday SAL last year. It could be literature-based. It could be green-based. And of course, this was both because the Holy Bible is literature and full of green. But I got the enabling from Katie Carney Stitches because she had stitched one of this lady's designs, and I just love this. That will have a pride of place. Okay, last one. We are so close to a finish. I left it on the hoop because I wanted to show you that I'm very late to the party in buying these magnetic silicone ties to hold my fabric. Rainy Day Reads was the one I got that from as well. Rainy, I hope you see this. Go check her out. She does awesome Flosstube and booktube. So this is how I have it set up, and it's on my seated stand. Look at how that helped me so much not to fight with this fabric. But let me quickly take it off here because I want you to see it's one more band and I will be finished. This is Dankworth by Long Dog Samplers. Now do forgive it because it will be very wrinkled. It's been in the hoop because I've been working on it. Okay, but I wanted you to see these awesome magnetic things. Amazon. Okay, let me see. Well, I'll show you the proof picture. It's called Dankworth, Long Dog Samplers. It's one of our older ones. And guys, I finished. Oh, I wish I had been able to press this for you. It's so pretty. I finished the top band. You didn't hear me scream that there was a problem. Let me get a little closer. This is on linen. And it must be 36 count because I'm doing it 1/2. And then, drum roll, I finished this band and only a little tiny bit of frogging. Oh my goodness, people. I've spent a lot of time on this one, I'll be honest. So I have one more band. I've started the outline to finish, and I'll show you that picture again. But I want you to try to see these beautiful, beautiful colors. Could we call those jewel tones? I don't know. So the goal is to get this finished, and my husband said it will go straight to the framer. That should be motivation enough, right? Look at that. One more band. So the one that I need to finish is a floral band right here. It is actually stitch heavy, but not as much as what I just finished. And I don't think it's, oh no, it's not nearly as rough as that one. So this can be done. You will hear me say yay when I get that one finished. Okay, the new purchase and the new start, and then that's all, 2 books. So I believe it was Stitching Faye who showed this beautiful Hands Across the Sea. It is called Rachel Sheard, 1900, and she stitched this when she was 82. Well, that's all it took for me, people. We can keep on stitching. And of course, the verse was very meaningful to me. Let me read you that. Be Christ my pattern and my guide. His image may I bear. Oh, may I tread his sacred steps and his bright glories share. So my husband ordered it for me. I'm trying to think. I believe it came from Kitten Stitcher. She may have been the exclusive provider of this. Again, I'm not positive. And so I decided that I had to give that a start because I had some linen that would work. It was the right size. I didn't have to purchase anything other than the chart. It is done on 32 count antique ivory. I have no idea who made the fabric. It was one I had gotten on sale at my local needle workshop. But this is what I got done yesterday. Let me see if I can put something around it. Okay. Oh, you see my hand. So I got the first half of that middle line and a start on the border. Obviously the colors are not showing because, well, it's black in the middle and then just one green, but it is a beautiful green. I'm just using DMC mainly because I had it and because I don't want to spend right now, but I'm just going to love this. I got it. I took my cherry blossom WIP out of here and put this in because I was really having trouble finding a hoop that worked well. I don't stitch well in hand. And I think it's going to be lovely. 2/2 on 32 count. So the finished piece will be about 17.5 by 17.5. And that is Rachel Sheard, 1900, age 92. Such a lovely booklet. There is a history here. It's okay if I show that. I've never had one of her small booklets before. Even a place to keep up with when you stitched it. I love that. Very, very nice. Okay, we're almost there. 21 minutes. Let's do some books and you can go back to what you need to do today. It's just been such fun to share. I cannot remember if I recommended this book to you, but if I did not, run and get it if you can from your library. This one I purchased while visiting our son in Houston at a darling mystery bookstore, the Marlow Murder Club. It is delightful. I'm actually rereading it because I got a little confused about the characters. And it's not hard to follow, but I just wanted to read it again. It's that good. So I'm back up to chapter 6, having fun just reading a chapter when I felt like it. The author, Robert Thorogood, is the screenwriter for the show Death in Paradise, if that's one you've seen on, would that be on a BritBox? I'm not sure. I don't keep up with where it comes from, but we've watched it before. But this is just a fun read. Women solving a murder and fun. Then I received this unexpected gift yesterday from my youngest daughter and her boyfriend, who had gone to a bookstore they like to go to. And while she was making her purchase, he was browsing. This is what I received. Guess who that is? Looks like Lucy, right? Hot Dog. This is a children's book, but it is definitely for me, let me tell you. The author is Doug Salati. I hope that's the proper pronunciation. The book won the Ezra Jack Keats Award. It also won the Caldecott Medal. And guys, look at this. It is the story of a dog and his owner. I can't remember if it's a him or a her. In the city when it is too hot to even live, and their adventures. One of my favorite illustrations. If you know anything about a dachshund, they will stop walking whenever they want to, even on a busy street. I don't do this to coax Lucy to move along, but I guess you would if you were desperate. Look at this. She's trying to get a taxi. But these illustrations and the narrative are precious, and they decide to get out of that hot city and go to the beach. Look at the ears. That's so perfect. And I have to show you the picture of them on the beach. Let me find. Look at this. Both of them are so happy and cool. I mean, if you love children's books as much as I do, this one is a keeper. And let me find. Okay. Here they are, back home, walking up to their apartment. And look at this. I mean, it just made my day. So I'll be looking at this a lot in the next few days, and then I'll be sharing it with the grandchildren. Again, Hot Dog. and it is by Doug Salati. I'm going to look that up and be sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Oh, this is a beautiful picture. And of course I love the beach, so this is even more perfect. Thank you to that sweet daughter and her boyfriend. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. Get in all the stitching you can. We're still having spring in Texas early, but I think we're in for a cold front next week. Lots of yard work being attempted, always a struggle around here. Catching up from being out of town, but I needed to see you, show you these exciting, fully finished objects, and talk a little bit about my progress. I will bring out more old WIPs as I go along. I cannot do the whole bunch. It's just overwhelming. But again, come back to see me, give me comments, questions, suggestions, or just what you're up to, what you're stitching. Hope to see you soon. I will definitely report progress. Take care. Bye.